my life.
I'm also putting my foot down.
I'm putting my foot down because this is gonna look dumb.
We don't know what to do with this corner cabinet because this wall is slanted to follow the slant of this TV cabinet, which is a bit outdated. We don't have TVs that really fit in these square cabinets anymore. You can't like just take out this TV cabinet and not have that look awkward. So we're just trying to figure out what's behind this. It sounds like hollow paneling. Peek inside, what's back there?
Oh God, yes.
There you go.
That's good news. The living room and dining area is kind of a shared space, and this is kind of the heart of the house. There's a lot of stone and a lot of wood. Right now, the cabinetry feels super heavy, so we kind of want to modernize that, brighten it up, but still maintain the integrity of the design of the space. So we're going to take away this part of the cabinetry here and the corner unit, and we're gonna bring it back all the way to here, and we're gonna kind of rework the existing structure. We're going to continue to build this out all the way down to the wall, and then we're going to build a cabinet underneath, which will give us space for a flat screen TV. We're gonna paint all of this cabinetry out white to brighten up the space. We're gonna add a big modular couch here, probably do a big rug, add in a little bit more lighting, probably some lamps here and maybe right here. Because we're going to be walking into the back of the sofa here, we're probably just gonna add a throw over the back of the couch just so it doesn't look so flat. We're gonna see the back of the couch here too, so we're actually gonna add a console here so that when you're looking from this direction, you're seeing cabinet and not couch. We're gonna put our dining room table right in the center, and that's gonna seat 6. We're gonna add a light fixture over the table as well. We're probably gonna add an additional seating area over here by the windows. The floor is in rough shape, so we're gonna have all this floor refinished. We've got a 20-foot by 31-foot room here. How can we break up that big space into multi-use areas? We're gonna be adding larger furniture and then anchoring these spaces with large rugs to kind of designate each area. So that's the plan for the living space. Obviously, we have these like massive built-ins. It's a sin to just tear them out because they're such good quality. We've been trying to figure out how we can repurpose some of the cabinetry and then kind of mold it into more of our styles. We're gonna take everything out of this cabinet, keep the entire box, and then we're gonna replace the doors. All of this is gonna go. We're gonna paint everything here white. We're going to continue the cabinetry to the wall, and then we're gonna build kind of like a fake drywalled wall over the stone. So that's kind of the plan.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we have a plan. We're gonna dissect this piece by piece and see what we find. And let's start ripping this out.
Do you have this TV on a lazy Susan?
Yes.
Oh my God.
All right, so we just took the big top of this off, and the wall's already drywalled, which is great. And the wires for the electrical are longer than we thought. So what a pleasant surprise. We just took off the upper shelves. They did a pretty good job. Like, I mean, we still need to recoat it a little bit, but I thought we were gonna have to drywall. Man, this thing was built really well. Did it.
You're finally rid of the corner cabinet.
Oh, finally. You can almost see it coming together, but boy, do we have a lot of floor to fix.
Back at those block rockin' beats.
This is controversial. We're covering this small portion of the stone because there's tons of stone here. There's stone right there. There's stone right there. There's stone right there. There's stone everywhere. You're covering some of the stone, and we're creating a media wall. So the way this is gonna work, we're gonna have a TV mounted somewhere here, more or less centered on the wall. Oh my God, we didn't order a TV mount.
We also don't have a TV.
So we're gonna block this out so we can mount the TV sort of in any spot we want. And then we've got power there already because these plugs were already here. My next task is trying to figure out how to get speaker wire from here up into the various corners of up here. All right, let's get to it.
Into attic mode.
All right, and what I'm looking for is a wire that I've pushed through underneath some insulation. And then I gotta find where I drilled through. If I can do that, then I can fish the wire and not actually have any damage. Wow, where the am I? It's been years since I've had to do this. Jesus Christ. Oh, here we go. Now I gotta find where the wires are coming from and connect the dots. Perfect. Okay, so this is the back wall of the living room right here. Should be on the other side. Oh, good hell. It's in there. I gotta crawl through there. Oh, okay. My life. Aha, here we go. Found it. Grappling hook, deploy.
That's a drill bit.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Pull. Success. Okay, moment of truth. Hopefully it fits. We have 11-foot wall, so we got two 12-foot sheets of drywall to minimize vertical seams. We just have one tapered seam right through the middle. We get one shot at getting all the measurements right. And these studs are 24 on center, not 16, because this is not a structural wall.
Our TV's getting delivered today.
That's actually why we are pushing to get this done.
So we had a little debate on what size TV we should get.
No, I want to get a picture frame size TV. 14-foot viewing distance says we should have a 90-inch TV.
That's ridiculous. Absolutely not. This is a modern house.
Look, 85
Nobody
inch.
needs an 85-inch TV.
So we might as well not even get 4K then, because that doesn't make sense. Because if you're too far away, you won't see any benefit for the resolution. I'm right. I am science. It'll look fine. Look how big this wall is. The actual dimensions is 74 by 42 inches. That's how wide it'll be.
That is way too big.
Perfect use.
No, there's not enough space on the top and bottom and sides for that to visually make sense. It's gonna look so dumb.
This looks great.
It's not gonna, it's gonna look,
I already picture it. I'm eating the popcorn. I don't want to
Chris,
spoil it.
it's way too big.
That's what she said. Look at how small it is. It's way too small.
Perfect.
I think we need
Get one that looks like an art print and it's gonna look fantastic. I think we need a TV that looks like a picture frame.
No, this will stand the test of time more than a picture frame one.
You want a big black rectangle on the wall, on a white wall. When I want something that looks like a photo, that's not how it works. You're, no. This is the only time you'll ever see us disagree about anything.
Dude,
Nobody needs a 75-inch TV. That's way too big. Ugly.
Look, I don't ask for much. I don't ask for a man cave.
I don't ask for a man cave either.
True, but I wouldn't expect you to. Swing bigger than a 65 inch.
Chris,
I'm putting my foot down.
I'm the designer in the relationship.
I'm also putting my foot down.
I'm putting my foot down because this is
putting
gonna
our
look
feet down.
dumb. We did come to a compromise. I wanted the 65, he wanted the 82. We met in the middle with the 75. Holy shit. Okay, so I do agree though. I think 75-inch TV is definitely the right size for this room. Yeah, so we get the shit taped up and plastered and clean up everything, and then hopefully we can start working on the cabinetry soon.
Refinish the floor. Hopefully it's gonna be lighter, because I think we're gonna go with a water-based stain. It should be less amber than an oil-based stain.
The buys are here, they're doing the living room floor. We need to make a decision. A very difficult decision on the living room.
What to do with the ceiling?
Do we want to paint everything white?
This is so controversial.
This is
gonna
okay.
be so controversial.
Listen, I'm gonna preface this whole thing by saying, whatever decision we make, just remember whose house it is. We need to make a decision that is gonna make us ultimately happy and not make a decision because we feel bad, because we wanna respect the house and the style of the house. We really like mid-century modern and Scandinavian, and the living room definitely has a mid-century modern vibe, but the house was built in like 1999. So it's not a true mid-century modern house. Because the rest of the house is kind of not really that, we kind of have the ability, I think, to kind of do what we want. The floor is gonna be lighter than the rest of the wood in the living room. Now, I'm fine with that because I do find that it was like an orange box before. Do we leave everything wood and have the floor not match the thing? Paint everything white, windows, ceiling, everything is white.
I think we need to look at it when the floor's actually clear coated.
Day one of getting the floor refinished. They patched it in, you can like barely even tell. Vision is starting to come together. The vision is starting to come together. So we're like officially on, I think, day one of state lockdown during the pandemic. The floor is done. We have decided not to paint the ceiling and the windows. Now that the floor is done and it's light, it just looks better, like it doesn't look as orange. And I think once we minimize the amount of orange in the kitchen, and we are gonna paint some of the trim, we might actually leave the doors in the hallway as well. It definitely does give like a mid-century modern vibe. And a lot of our furniture is definitely mid-century modern inspired. We are working on this cabinetry over here. Hopefully we have enough materials in the garage to continue.
This is an illegal outfit.
I really like that suit.
It's my ninja suit. I wear it as an underlay from when we're like going out in the wilderness.
Don't lie. You wear it all of the time.
And I also wear it as a tuxedo at home. These cabinets here all have the face frames. So I gotta figure out how to do all that to continue these cabinets over. Part of doing DIY projects is kind of knowing your limitations. That's why we opted to have a professional refinish this floor. I've never refinished a floor before, but I've built cabinets before in our old house. So I'm confident that we can get these done and make them look okay. All right, so we have a little bit of a seam missing. We ended up doing the final coat with a roller because the spray left a little more of an orange peel finish. So we rolled them, and then the small little speckles that were left behind, we sanded. And it left a really nice finish on the doors. When this was all wood, it was just really heavy and dark, and we kind of found ourselves not really wanting to sit over here. We're sort of gravitating towards the big windows and more light. But I think now with these giant white cabinets that will essentially be reflectors, it brightens the space up a lot. Well, it's time to install this light. That light right there. Our new, what's it called? Saucer light, saucer pan light?
Yeah.
I'm hanging it so it hangs over the middle of the table. Drill a pilot hole here, and then I'm gonna go into the attic, see where the pilot hole emerged from. Make sure there's no like structural element, strapping, whatever. If we mess it up, we can't fix it. The sigh from behind the camera. How many sighs from behind the camera has there been during this?
So many.
This is foreshadowing for all the mishaps that are in the next episode. Leave that in there and then find it when I'm in the attic.
Let's try not to fall through the ceiling this time.
Oh yeah. Ow. Hate hitting my head. Absolutely the worst. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Oh, what the Oh, god damn it.
I hear like sounds from upstairs, but I can't hear what he's saying, so I have no idea if it's going well or not.
Hey, where's the stud cavity? Playing a game of Twister up here. Should wear gloves. Ow. I know you got offended last time I said this, but the time it takes to say, let's put a light here, translates to like times 1,000,000.
So listen, you've sat here and eaten dinner. It's too dark.
Ceiling's now.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's in the wrong spot.
What's it? Shut up. Shut up. Don't even start with me, Peckham. Or past the point of no return.
Yeah, don't go back now, man.
Yeah. You have been salivating over her Miller for years now.
You know, I can't believe it.
Tell the truth.
Wow.
You can run it down.
It's like a UFO. Is everything you hope and dream for?
It's pretty dope. It's 38 inches from the table. Internet says 36 is standard height. If you're bending over the table to set the table, you don't want to be like...
Yeah, that's true, actually.
You know?
Whoa! Wow, it's very nice and soft. All right.
Giant softbox.
All right, fun project.
Good job.
Pause not.
When we had to call the guys for the countertop, and then we're basically done this room.
Cut to staging montage.
Staging montage. The idea was kind of making this comfortable loungy space that kind of had this cozy modern lodge vibes, where it felt nice and modern and pretty to look at, but then also was able to be lived in, and then breaking that space up into multiple uses so that we have the living TV area, we have the seating area next to the windows, and then of course the dining area, which seat 6 can be expanded to seat 12, has a nice Nelson bubble light, which is another piece I've been dreaming about for years.
It's a classic piece.
The room kind of does have this like mid-century modern vibe. So we kind of combined Scandinavian style and mid-century modern to kind of create this cozy lodge environment.
The former owners were inspired by Frank Lloyd Wright, and you can see that throughout the house, the ceilings in this room especially. I think the biggest changes in this area were the cabinetry. That whole side of the room was just really dark. We removed the corner cabinet that was supposed to be home for a CRT TV.
Nothing screams I was built in the 90s, like a custom corner TV cabinet for a cathode ray tube TV.
Yeah, exactly. The problem then was that there was a gap between existing cabinetry and then the wall. We reverse engineered the cabinets there. So we extended the existing cabinets to the wall. We got rid of the built-in open shelving, which was again all wood. Luckily there was just drywall behind that. And similar to how there was a lot of wood in this area, we felt there was also a lot of stone. It's like seasoning food. It's like seasoned to taste, and everyone's preference is at a different level. For us, there's too much wood, too much stone. We just wanted to dial it back a little bit. We basically made an additional wall that acted as the media wall, so that can house all the wiring, so all the surround sound speaker wires go up that wall into the attic space, and then essentially we'll disseminate around the room over the soffit where we have our 5.1 surround sound speakers. Well, they're not really hidden, they're still in plain sight.
They're off the floor, which was something that I was very adamant about.
Surround sound systems are a staple for home entertainment systems, but
they're ugly. This is our only space in the house where we can watch TV. It's our only kind of like living space.
That soffit area up above the overhang is actually also useful to put strip lights. So we've got some Philips Hue LED strips up there, which are tied into the rest of the Hue system. So it makes a nice kind of ambient glow and up light, which makes a nice atmosphere in the evening.
Adding lamps, adding different types of lighting like the large Nelson bubble light over the dining room table makes the space feel more dynamic at night. When we moved out of our apartment, we had all apartment size furniture, so everything was scaled down. When you're filling a room with furniture, it's best to scale your furniture appropriately to the room and not jam pack a large room with a bunch of small pieces. And you can see it in the before photos. We have that loft size couch in the living room. So we basically had to start from scratch. I reached out to my friends at Gus Modern to see if they wanted to kind of help us out with the living room.
You've been eyeing that couch
for years. This is the mixed modular sectional couch by Gus Modern. It's in an upholstery called Parliament Stone. So thank you, Gus, so much for hooking us up with that. That's actually a number of separate pieces that fit together. They lock together and they can be moved around depending on how we want to lay out the space, but we've kind of kept it in that traditional sectional format. We want to use the shit out of our space. We want to lounge in our space and, you know, kick off our slippers and like lay back and not feel like we're going to ruin something. Gus also hooked us up with the 2 black embassy chairs in the seating area there. Over time, the leather has kind of patinaed a little bit.
It's like a good lived-in wallet. That's the appeal.
When we're laying around and lounging, we like to have a fabric couch, but the leather kind of gives us that option to have a little bit of a different texture. When we moved into the space, the floor was in pretty rough shape. We had that kind of yellow wood. It was very scratched up. We had the floors refinished.
I think that alone took care of a lot of the really yellow and orange wood.
We had considered painting out all of the wood white.
Oh, we did mock-ups in Photoshop?
Yeah, but then after the guys came and sanded back the floor and we saw what it looked like, I was a little bit worried about painting the ceiling white, that it would look like a farmhouse and not more mid-century modern. So we left it.
And a lot of times people say like, I don't like modern because it's just too sterile and too clinical. By mixing a lot of the woods like we've done, I kind of think it makes it feel a little bit more homey.
We used white walls here to our advantage to reflect the light coming in from the natural windows into the darker portion of the space. That paired with the wood storage in the cabinetry, and then now the black and white prints, which we had done on matte paper with a museum glass, so it cut down on the reflections from said light because the space is so big. We actually used furniture and rugs to designate areas within the space, so the sectional couch actually almost acts as a room divider as such, because the back kind of outlines a hallway into the dining space, and the couch is backed with a cabinet there as well. So it does feel like 2 separate spaces while maintaining kind of the open concept feel. And then we've used rugs to designate these other spaces, a large rug in the TV area, and then another large rug over in the seating area.
So a lot of the small little ancillary parts of the room, such as vents, are something that we don't really think much about. I just started getting served ads for something called Aria Vents, which is apparently a Canadian company. So we ordered enough for the whole room. So it looks like the floor just seamlessly continues over the vent.
I think the biggest challenge was adding that Nelson bubble light because of the situation where the attic.
Oh, yeah.
Inhale. I could hear it.
That was not a fun undertaking. And also fishing the speaker wires. Anything that involved me crawling in the attic was a difficult thing.
Yeah.
I have a couple favorite parts. First one is I love the ceiling detail with the overhang and the soffit.
It's an architectural detail that isn't in like a standard house.
Yes, exactly.
And I think that's what makes it so special.
As soon as you enter the front porch area, you turn left and there's this sprawling living room. It makes a very nice first impression. I also like what you decided to do with the media cabinet. Becki just ripped all the shelves out of it, refinished the inside, and painted it white, and then use it to stack firewood. So I think that that's a great way to add sort of a very interesting design element. So you have the stacks of wood.
Sitting on the end of the sectional during the winter time, like leaning up against the down pillow and putting my feet up and having a fire in, it's just like so cozy, especially when it's snowing out.
While the summertime is definitely a great time to enjoy the views and whatnot, I really do think that this living room lends itself to a very cozy winter vibe. Allows me to appreciate winter.
Candles, fireplace, tea, slippers, all of the cozy things.
Maybe a movie.
Yeah, a little movie.
Yeah, put some little mood lighting
Speaking of
on.
movie, you wanna go watch one?
Yes, let's go watch a
Okay.
movie.
Thank you so much for watching. Catch you on the next one.
Ooh, I gotta go check on our pork loin roast in the smoker.
Do you even have a YouTube channel?
So, you've been making them. I've just been the talent. Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at summertime. Got pizza on a bagel, you got pizza anytime. No, I'm just
We had pizza twice.
Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time.
Hey, remember when there was a corner TV cabinet here? This is my impression of said cabinet. Would you like to see a preview of what it looks like with the countertop in place?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Just imagine if this was fully white. Ouch! So stupid.
Next time on the Home Reno Series.
Ooh, it's gonna be so spacious.
This is too short. It's another hole in the wall.
More extensive than you thought.
Literally to move this box 3 inches.
Oh God!
The measurement's off by 1 inch. Look at the line on the floor.
Shit!
So my template now is too big.
Really? I think that maybe you need a break.
I'm doing this for like 10 days straight.
I slipped on a rafter and I think I might have put my foot into the ceiling.
I was so nervous that I made the decision to go with this insane pattern around the home stretch.
Get in there. There's some bad news.
What is that face?